Now let's talk about actually writing notes. I have two goals for today: to give you a vision of what a good note looks like, and to teach you a priority system for tackling your notes throughout the day. First, what is a good note? The simplest upgrade is to replace the word good with useful. That clarifies everything. As you write, ask yourself, how useful is this note? Will it help me recreate my headspace next time? Will it help me give better care? Will it set my coworker up for success? Would it be obvious to an auditor why this patient needs therapy? If you were to focus on one question, make it this: will this note reduce mental effort at the next visit? You've probably experienced the opposite: reading a note that does not help, forcing you to ask more questions or retest things or think harder. The goal is to avoid that. One simple, high value strategy is this: in your assessment, add one sentence explaining why you made the changes you made. Something like, progressed to an endurance focus now that pain is controlled, or regressed due to strong pain response from the last session. That single sentence makes it much easier to pick off from where you left off next time. Similarly, if your subjective doesn't give you anything meaningful, ask more questions. Go fishing. Make it worth reading. Don't walk away from the patient until you have what you need. Now, the second goal for today is to talk about what I call note triage. On most days, you will have multiple notes open and limited time. So, where should you focus? I recommend a two-tier system. First priority: document anything that you could easily forget. And the second priority: finish the easiest notes. The first is critical. Trying to remember details later is slow and frustrating. Ideally, your note writing should be limited by how fast you can type. Any time that you spend staring at your screen and just thinking slows you down. What does this look like? During evaluations, always capture key subjective details in shorthand, objective measures, exercises performed, and the time spent doing the evaluation versus the treatment. On daily note, it means at least getting a shorthand subjective and what exercises they did, and a time in and time out. Even on a chaotic day, if all you do is secure the forgettable information, you set yourself up for fast, low friction completion later. Sitting there trying to remember what happened is terrible for your efficiency. But on slower days where you do have more time, once the forgettable stuff is documented, the next priority is finishing notes, starting with the easiest. Every open note drains attention, but every completed note gives some of it back. It's better to fully finish 3 notes than partially work on 6. That's also why I often leave evaluations for last. Finishing smaller notes builds momentum and restores cognitive capacity faster than grinding through a large eval while other notes are still hanging over you. Now, there is plenty more to be said about writing notes. This is not a note writing course, but I hope these ideas help you on your quest to move into the upper corner: fast and high quality notes.